Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, thank you all for joining us today. Okay, my name is Brian. All right, in a few minutes we will start the program, but now we'll give another maybe 2 to 3 more minutes for more people to join our the call on Google Meet, and after that we'll kickstart the program. All right, so thank you.
Webcam, dude. Webcam. Yeah. Tarzan.没有这个不能动，live stream 不能动。我设定到，天。哪里啊？
All right, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our program for today. All right, our program Gibbons, the Loving Tarzan. Okay, today we'll be having the English session, followed by tomorrow we'll be having the Malay session. If any one of you are interested to join the Malay session tomorrow, you can join as well through our live sessions on YouTube and Facebook. Okay. Before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Brian. You can call me Abang Brian. You can call me Anir Brian. Call me Coco Brian. Or, yeah, you can just call me Brian, but just don't call me Cheche lah. All right. Okay. Before we get into our full program, okay, let me just tell you what we are going to do. So, as you guys already know, today we are going to be talking about Gibbons. Okay, we'll be doing we'll be sharing about we'll be having a storytelling session by Bum, followed by a Gibbon origami session. And then after that, we'll be having a short introduction into the Gibbon Conservation Society. And lastly, we'll be having a Q&A session. Okay, before we go into our program, we kickstart our program, I want to just lay down I have a few announcements that I would like to make. Okay, when the speakers are sharing later, we would like to request that everyone keep their mics on mute, okay, so that only the speaker's voice is being heard, so that everyone else is able to hear the speaker, okay, and we don't hear any other noises like cooking or people talking. Yeah. Okay, and on top of that, if anyone has any questions throughout the whole program, please remember you can type in your questions in the chat section in our Google Meet. And if you, let's say you are on our you are live streaming the session on Facebook or YouTube, you can type it in the comment section there, and we will have our team to come and look at the questions. And later during the Q&A session, we'll try to answer them. Okay, and lastly, we hope that everyone has fun during this session and will be able to learn a lot from this session and will be able to take back a lot from it as well. Okay, thank you. Without any further ado, I would like to pass the time over to Bum for our first session, which is the storytelling session. Okay, Bum, over to you.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I see familiar faces. Hi, Jaswin. Hi, Natalia. Hi, Raihana. Hi, Shobans. Okay. So, without wasting more time, let me. Hi, Shuada. Let me start our storytelling session. Are you guys ready? Thumbs up if you're ready. Yay. Okay. By the way, my name is Kak Bam. You can call me Kak Bam, okay? Okay, see how can I share my screen. Okay. Yes, okay. Window. All right. Okay, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so my story will be about Gibbons in the jungle. The story title, Let the Forest Sing Again. Okay, anyone here with parents who just love to sing? When you were little, did they always sing to you? Maybe you couldn't sleep without a bedtime song. Or maybe Sunday is karaoke day in your house. Or they just like to sing every chance they get. This is like, did you ever have experience like this? Singing every day with your parents. So this is the cute Dexter.
Oh, so cute.
And in his house, every day is karaoke day. Every day. They sing like this. This is Dexter's dad and Dexter's mom. You know, His parents just won't stop singing, and boy, Dexter hated. Can you imagine your parents singing so loud every day so that the whole neighborhood can hear? I'd be embarrassed. Imagine listening to this every day. Okay, what do you guys think? Is Dexter right? Does it sound so unbearably annoying? Or is it actually beautiful? Okay, maybe you guys think it's annoying and you guys are just the same as Dexter. Then there's one thing that you might enjoy is what Dexter loves too. Okay, do you guys know what break-kitting means?
No, we don't know what's red kitting.
Okay, so this is break-kitting. You know the monkey bars in the playground?
Yes.
From pole to pole to pole to pole. So that's break-kitting. Okay? Can you say with me? Say it with me. Break-kitting.
Break.
Yes, nice. Okay, so next time you play on the monkey bars, what are you doing?
Blanketing.
Good, Kanisha. So Dexter's entire home is a playground full of monkey bars. See? And all he wants to do is play, and he loves to play with his parents and his siblings. See? He loves to break it with them, he loves to wrestle, loves to bite, loves all the fun Gibbon games. And after playing with him, of course, they will start, ooh, ooh, ooh. They will start singing again. You see how annoyed Dexter is? And they sing so many different songs. Each song has a different meaning. There are songs that sing when they are happy. There are songs they sing to tell you, hey, this is my house. They even have songs then they even have love songs. You know, sometimes they flirt with single Gibbons. They have the love songs. And then there are songs they sing when they get scared or worried. And Dexter never heard the last song. One day, deep in the Malaysian rainforest, a family of gibbon greet a new day with majestic view and fresh air. The father groomed his wife and son to show his unconditional love to his small family. And this is Dexter. After feeling handsome, Dexter breaks it through the trees and playing games with his parents. Down below on the jungle floor, something was moving. Now, Dexter and his parents live really high up in the trees. The ground is so far away. It's like another world. It's bright and cheerful up in the trees, but dark and scary down below. So, down in this dark land under the trees, creatures were coming their way. And they were big. The biggest of them was more than 4 times of the size of Dexter's dad. That's big. Dexter and his family may be really high up in the trees, but their singing voices can be heard all the way down to the ground. And the creatures hear this. The biggest one looks up and knows he's found his prey. Okay, who knows what these scary creatures are? You guys know? No idea? They walk on 2 legs, just like gibbons, and this creature also have long arms, just like gibbons. Yes.
Human people.
Yes, they are human, just like you and me. But these humans carry guns. They are bad people. Not like you and me. We are good people, right? These people want to hurt Dexter's family and they want to kidnap Dexter. But Dexter's dad hears them and he lets out the Gibbon warning sound. Hoo, 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 hoo. Because he don't want his family to get near this bad human. Then he sees them load their gun. Dexter hears this and he's confused. What's happening? Why is Dad so worried? Why is he scared? Then Dexter runs to his mother, who also making the same sound. Hoo, 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 hoo. He hugs her and he hears his father. He keep on hugging tightly his mother and suddenly, oh. Then Dexter hears nothing. Suddenly, he feels weightless. He's falling. His mother is falling with him. The air is hitting his face. The ground getting closer to them. They hit the ground, and Dexter looks up. The trees are so far above. It's so much darker down here. He feels around. He's landed on something soft. He looks below him and he saw it's his mother. He tried to move his mother. Mommy, mommy. But his mother is not moving. He shakes her. Mommy, wake up, mommy. But nothing. Then he hears his father getting closer. Hoo, 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 asking, worried about Dexter and his wife. And he's here, near Dexter, swinging to a low branch near and almost get Dexter, and suddenly, bang! He falls to the ground and he never moves again either. A shadow comes over him. He looks up and he sees for the first time a human, a big, towering human who grabs him and pushes him into a sack. The humans carry Dexter away from his home, the majestic jungle. Dexter's family was killed by poachers. What's a poacher? Poachers are bad people, criminals who kill and catch animals to sell them. And now, Dexter is going to be sold as pet to someone like you and me. Do you guys have Facebook or Instagram?
Nope. We are kids. We
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, good. So, you know, this is like some kids have Facebook and most adults have Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so sometimes you will see like this. People selling animals there. And this is Dexter. When you see like that, this is actually what happened. All these Gibbons kids, Gibbons babe, infants, juveniles, this what happened to Dexter's family happened to them. You see, they're crying for their parents, they're hugging each other, scared, and then one of them already like feels roll their body, maybe they have upset stomach. Okay, so remember, sometimes you see some people selling animals. What happened to Dexter's family happened to all their families. So now, Dexter, who's terrified and alone, is stuck with poachers. He's never even seen humans before, or buildings, or cars. Everything in our world, our human world, is scary to Dexter because he doesn't understand. highway, fast and loud, big trucks, cars. He never seen these things before. Then the poachers take Dexter to a house in KL. They put him in a tiny cage with some other Gibbons babies, just you saw before. He can't move. He's in pain. The smell is terrible. And Dexter can't hear his parents singing anymore. So, one day, someone contacted the poacher. They said they're interested to buy Dexter. So, the poachers put Dexter in a box like this and send him to the owner's house by bus like this. So Dexter keep on hugging himself inside the box, thinking what will happen to his future and missing his parents. Then they take him to another house to meet a human named Lily. Maybe his troubles are over. Will he be safe now? You guys think? Okay, so this is Lily. Lily is friendly, and though Dexter is very scared at first, they soon become best friends. They play together, they eat together, they sleep together. Lily even sings a little. Though to Dexter, human singing sounds funny, but it's nice, and he started to feel safe again. You see how he play, like pulling Lily's hair, try to climb her, try to wrestle with her. Okay, but remember, Dexter is a gibbon, and after a while, life outside the jungle is hard. Remember how Dexter likes to break from trees to trees? Now he breaks all over Lily's house, in the room, on the tables, the chairs, the towel rack, the windows, the gate, and it becomes like this, like a hurricane.
Hurricane destroyed everything.
Yeah, finished the whole room. Lily's parents call him and try to discipline him, but Dexter doesn't listen. Over time, they get more and more irritated with him. Who can blame them? It's like having a hurricane go through the inside of your house every single day. Even Lily gets annoyed sometimes because she's the one that has to clean most of it up. So some time has passed and Dexter has just been growing, and now he's almost the same size of as Lily. They are so close now, like siblings. Remember how Dexter and his parents used to bite each other playfully? Dexter thinks that Lily is his family and like a sister to him. One day, they're playing out in the garden, they're running around, playing catch, and it's Dexter's turn to catch Lily. So Dexter runs after Lily, who's laughing happily. And at this point, he grabs Lily's hand and I got you. And with his naughty face. When he said that I got you, and then he play bites Lily. But suddenly, ouch! Lily screams. Dexter is bewildered. Why is Lily screaming? Isn't this fun? He doesn't understand that Lily doesn't have thick fur to protect her. Before Dexter can do anything, Lily's parents come running out. They grab Dexter roughly and pull him away from Lily. They chase him to a corner with a stick and they comfort Lily. But Dexter wants to comfort Lily too, and he tries to go to her. But Lily's father throws Dexter into a cage instead. I want to see Lily. What happened to her? Did I did something wrong? Dexter asked himself. And Lily's, the parents, leave Dexter there in the small cage permanently. What do you think will happen to Dexter now?
He will stay there for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Can he stay in the cage all day, every day? He's going to be
No.
sad.
Well, not forever, I think.
He's going,
Someone
they cannot play with him anymore because they think Dexter is already like a bad Gibbons, wild Gibbons that can hurt them anytime. They don't understand. And Dexter is really sad because his new family has forgotten him. They don't want him anymore. Dexter misses Lily so much. He can't even move. He can only see the same thing every day, the wall. When it's cold at night, there's no one he can hug anymore. Because the cage is so small and no one can sing to him. It feels really lonely, like when you are stuck in your room. But this cage is smaller than your room. You cannot move. You cannot see anybody. You will feel alone. You will feel really sad. And Dexter, when they feed him, he's got so much energy. He doesn't know what to do with it. What can he do? He tries to move around the cage, but he can't. The cage is so small, just like that. Lily doesn't come to play with him anymore. No one gives him any toys or tasty food anymore. You see the food down there? It's just like that. Slowly, his cage becomes like the one he was in the poacher's house. It's rusty. You see the rust on the right cage, on the cage. And it's smelly. You know, he have to sit on his own poop. And he's get bigger. He's still growing. The bigger he gets, the smaller the cage gets. And all he can do is hug himself and rock his body back and forth, back and forth. You see how he's doing himself? Grabbing his own head, hugging himself. So sad. Then, after some months, someone tells the family about us, the Gibbon Conservation Society. He's like this. Sorry. You see? This is how Dexter's feel in the cage. And he feels so sad, so lonely, and he remember how he used to be so happy with his parents in the jungle. He need to sit on his own poop, on his own pee. He smells terrible, guys. And I said, and then after some months, someone tells the family about us, about Gibbon Conservation Society. We go to meet Dexter. You see Dexter, he's so thin. He looks so sad in the cage. He looks scared too. You want to see how we rescue Dexter?
Yes.
So, now we are on our way to rescue a gibbon named Dexter. We received a call from his owner saying that he wants to surrender his gibbon that he kept for almost 5 years. He wants Dexter to be rehabilitated and sent to the wild. Good boy, Dexter. Good boy. Stay here, okay? Stay okay? And we carry Dexter and we leave the house. We bring him to the Gibbon school called Gibbon Rehabilitation Project. You want to see Dexter in his new enclosure, in his new place.
Is it a cage?
Yeah, it's a big enclosure. It's a gym for him. You guys want to
Is it
see?
Is it a small cage or very huge? Like
Okay,
the one we see in the zoo?
okay, let's see. Let's see, okay? Now his mini gym are ready. It's like a new home for Dexter. Been a long time he's in a small cage and seeing this reaction like this, he's like excited. He wants to explore everything. I hope Dexter can be a real gibbon with us here in the Gibbon Rehabilitation Project, and one day he can be released back to the wild. Dexter loves it immediately. The spaces are big and he has toys to play with. Can you see he's breaking and then jumping around and playing on the net? And this is them playing during their free ranging time. Okay. Then this is Dexter now. He thought when he's in the Gibbon Rehabilitation Project, he thought he would never hear the singing like his parents again. But then suddenly he heard like this. Dexter keep on listening to the sound. Sorry. Okay, then after he heard that song, he tried to move his lips and whoo, he start like that. Whoo and whoo, whoo, whoo. He's shocked. He didn't know he could sing, but he can, and his voice is beautiful. Thrill. He keeps on singing and singing. Now he has friends. He has space to break it, and he sings only happy song. And one day, Dexter will sing as a free wild gibbons again. Thank you.
Like when?
Like when after he know how to survive, he know how to find food. Now he only know how to sing. He need to learn how to find food. He need to know how.
Basically in 2020, is it basically like in 2020?
We don't know yet. It depends on Dexter how fast he can learn. So let's see. Okay. Okay, I pass back to you. You guys have talked.
Okay, thank you, Bam.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the wonderful story about Dexter the Gibbon, how his life was turned upside down, but because of people who cared for him, who came to rescue him, now he has a chance to go back into the wild again. And this is the story not only of Dexter, but many of the other Gibbons that are in the center as well. Okay, now without any further ado, I would like to pass the time now to Nisha from Ecocentric to lead us in the Gibbon origami session. All right, over to you, Nisha.
Hi guys. So I'm gonna show you how to fold this little one here that you can see on my screen. So I've tried to make it look like Dexter because I realized Dexter had some white and then he had a white hand and had a black body. But actually, I just used black paper. So don't worry, you can always use a pen to color it in. And if you see in the back, I have other gibbons sitting on my plants. So I made what Bam shared with us just now, branchiating. So I made the hands so that you could hug trees and go from tree to tree. So I hope when you have yours and you make a few more, you can make your gibbons branchiate on your mom's plants or something, okay? So
You're muted. You're muted.
oh, sorry. Thank you so much. So I was saying that I made the gibbon to have white hands and a white face like Dexter. And I made more and I put them on my plant so that they can branchiate like how we saw in the video, the gibbons playing. So when you guys make yours, don't make one, make a
Excuse
few.
me.
Yep.
Excuse me. But
Yes.
I only got white paper.
It's okay, no worries. You can always get more paper later. Okay, so there are many types of sizes of paper, yeah? So you want a square piece of paper? Do you guys have a square piece of paper? So there are different sizes of paper and it doesn't matter what size you have. Okay, some paper have got different colors on each side and that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to see Brian. Brian's going to share with us a video of how we're going to fold the paper and I will explain to you what the steps are as it goes along. You guys good? Okay, let's go watch the video on how to make our gibbon. Right, so this video is going to start playing. So we take a square piece of origami paper and I want you to turn it so that there is a pointy bit facing up and down like that. And then we are going to fold this paper into half so that you get a big triangle. Make sure you press everything down nicely so that when we fold it again, you can see the line very clearly. So now I turn the paper around and I'm making another triangle. Okay, so now if you open the paper, there's a big X. And then I fold the paper the opposite direction so it becomes a rectangle. Then I open it again and I fold it to make another rectangle. So right now, what we're doing is we are making all the lines so that when we fold the shape together, there is a guide. So I'm holding the straight line above me, and I'm folding the sides in so that I will get a diamond shape. So we'll share the video with you and you can go back and replay it, okay? So don't worry too much. So now we'll share with you the video and you can restart it later, okay? So you've got a diamond. From the diamond, you're going to fold in one of the corners to get a little triangle on that shape, on that diamond. And you're going to repeat it on the opposite side. So with origami, a lot of the folding is symmetrical, which means when you fold it together, you get the same shape on both sides. And then we flip that diamond over to the other side and we fold that cone again. So don't worry, you're going to get the video and then you guys can play and stop and play and stop. Okay? So it took me maybe 6 or 7 times to get the fold very clean and nice. So don't worry if the first time you do it, it's very difficult. Okay? So origami is about practice. So that triangle on the top, I folded it over. And again, what I'm doing here is to create all the lines so that when we fold it, it will be easy to fold. Okay? So now I'm opening the flaps on both sides, the front and the back. And I'm flipping the paper upwards. And you see that line that I just showed you with my fingers? Now I'm folding the sides into pockets along that line. So press carefully, use both fingers, do the opposite side so it's symmetrical again. So you have the diamond at the back and you get a thin diamond in the front. Flip the paper around and we're doing the same thing. So you're folding that in. And because we had folded the lines before, now these lines are easy to fold. All right. Now comes the interesting bit. So on one side, you have the two legs, and then on the other side, it's a straight flap. So see where I'm pointing with my right hand? I'm gonna make sure that that corner stays firm, and I'm folding the top flap onto the opposite side. So I'm getting two triangle shapes there. And then I'm doing the same thing with the same piece, but on the opposite side. So I have, again, two triangle shapes there. Now I'm pressing it to make sure everything is in the right place. And I'm pushing the corners together so that the centerpiece is pointing forward. And then to the left and to the right. And I open the center and I fold it down. So I've picked it up because I want to show you how it looks like closer. And I'm just pressing it with my thumb. So now you can see multiple layers of triangles. Okay, and I'm pressing it tight so that when we fold, it doesn't open again. Okay, see that line there? We're just folding the end to the tip on the top. Okay, and I'm pressing it down. Now I'm turning the whole diamond around. Okay, so all the triangles are facing downwards and the flipping bits are on the top. So see that line there? I'm just folding the top diamond shape over that line. So that gives me the head of the gibbon. Okay, now my gibbon looks like a spaceship. I'm pinching that tip of the nose and I'm folding it upwards. Okay. Now, you see these little corners here on the sides here? That's what I'm doing here. I'm folding these corners in. And then that bottom piece, triangle, I'm folding it all the way to what looks like the gibbon's chin. And I'm putting it underneath. Now, from what is on top, right on top, I'm folding that into half, into where that looks like a green line. So when you do this yourself, do it slowly. And don't worry if you don't get it right the first time, you can try again. Okay? And I'm tucking the top part underneath the head. See that? Yeah, so it's going neatly behind the head. Okay, now I'm flipping the whole piece over. And I'm doing the same thing again. I'm folding it again. And I flip it the other way so that I can fold the other side. Okay. Now, there will be two flaps there. I'm taking the inside flap and I'm folding it against that corner on the top. It's a very small fold. And then I'm flipping it and doing the other side, the same thing. So that will form the body half of my gibbon. Now it really looks like a rocket. Okay, so this is the front. So now my gibbon's got his hands right up like that. So now I want to make the hands go like that, right? Okay. But before that, I want to do the legs. So I'm going to see that corner and I'm going to fold it upwards against the middle line on one side. And I'll do the same thing. So I press with my fingernail so that I have a bit of a dent in the paper before I fold it up. Okay, so you can get that V shape at the bottom. Now you turn it around. So as I turn the paper around, I will fold it backwards. So then that tip will go down. Everything will be opposite. So can you see the two tips of the feet at the bottom? Yeah, that's because I folded it backwards. Okay. So this is the part where we start folding the arms from that to that. So I fold it sideways and then I fold it the opposite direction. And this is again to make a mark so that when I want to fold it inwards, it will be easier. So I open the side and I press that long piece downwards. So now it is actually reversing the fold. So I can adjust it now. I can make it more flat or a bit more tilted. So this one you can, agak-agak. You do whichever shape and whichever direction you want. And as you put it on your plant or your the side of a shelf, you can adjust it a little bit more. So I did the first angle, now I'm doing the second angle. So the same thing, I folded it backwards and then I reverse fold it. So for the little hand, I just folded it over. So now I have one straight hand and one bent hand. So I'm doing the same thing on the opposite side, but I'm trying to have the hands at different levels. So if you look at the yellow gibbon at the back, the hand is a bit different. And you can do whichever way you want, because for the hands, you can style it whichever, angle or length or height that you like. So remember, it took me like 6 times to practice to do this video for you. So you guys practice and then you'll be cantik, okay? Yeah, so that's the last, that's this part of the hand, yeah? I'm making this shape now. Yeah. So that's my gibbon. There you go. Okay, we will share with you the video, so don't worry, you can go back, play and stop and play. So happy folding, and if you do post it on Instagram or Facebook, do hashtag Gibbon Conservation Society Malaysia and Rimba the card game. Yay, back to Abang Brian.
You're muted again.
Oh, I stopped talking already.
No.
You guys have any questions?
Okay, thank you for letting me know. All right, thank you, Nisha, for the wonderful session of Gibbon origami. Okay, guys, I hope everyone can go back home. Okay, you're at home now. When you're later at home, you can try it on your own and try to fill your house with gibbons. Okay, by doing this, we are doing a good way where we fill our house with gibbons instead of taking the gibbons from the wild. So yeah, fill your house with gibbons, put them in the trees. If you want to name your gibbons, you guys can check out our Instagram, Facebook page and see our gibbons and name them based on our gibbons. And you guys can take a look at Nisha's tree there and look at the number of gibbons that she has on it. Yeah, you can do the same thing. And if you guys do it, take a picture of it, ask your parents to post it online, or you can post it online as well if you guys have Facebook or Instagram. And like what Nisha said, tag the Rimba the game and the Gibbon Conservation Society, because we would really love to see your gibbons. Okay, now before we go into the Q&A session, I will be sharing a bit about what we do in the Gibbon Conservation Society. Okay. One second. All right. Okay, so you guys here are joining our program today by the Gibbon Conservation Society. But do you guys know what we actually do and like how we do our work? A lot of what we do, Bam had mentioned in her story, which is was an amazing story. But I will also touch a bit more on it later on and see how we help the Gibbon and how you can help us help the Gibbons as well. Okay. But before we go into talking about what we do, let me talk about the gibbons that we have here in Malaysia. Okay, in Malaysia we actually have 5 species of gibbons. This is one of them. All right, this gibbon here.
Do we only call them actually gibbons? Can I call them like gorillas?
Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, gibbons are actually part of the ape family. Okay, and gorillas are also part of the ape family. So they are cousins, but they are not the same species. So they are like distant cousins, very, very distant cousins. Okay, later I will talk a bit more about the ape species. So we'll come to that later.
No,
And
like
yeah,
the name. Is there like are they only gibbon? You can call them gibbons only. But that's too hard for me to pronounce actually.
okay, there are also other names that we can call them. I'll mention them later on. There are common names like the Malaysian names. I'll mention in a while. All right, guys, if you have any more interesting questions like that, yeah, we really want to hear those questions. So after this, we'll be having the Q&A session. You guys can come and ask us there. Switch on your mics. Ask us any questions that you guys want during that time. Okay? All right. So this gibbon here is the white-handed gibbon. Okay? Or we call it the La gibbon. And the common name for them is Unker. Okay, the Malaysian name is called, the local name for it is called Unker. We call them the Unker Tangan Putih, which means the white-handed gibbon. And why we call that them? If you look at their hands here and their feet, yeah, they are covered in white fur. It kind of looks like they're wearing socks and gloves. Okay, so that's how you identify this species if you see them in the wild. All right. Another species that we have is the agile gibbon or the black-handed gibbon. Okay, they look very similar to the white-handed gibbon, but if you look at their hands here, they have dark-colored hands, so they are not wearing socks. Okay, and the common name for them, the local name for them is wak wak. Okay, it's a very interesting way. Maybe you can pronounce this better. Wak wak. You can try and see. All right. Okay, another gibbon that we have is the siamang. Now, interesting fact about the siamang is that siamang is the largest gibbon in the world. All right, it's bigger than all the other species of gibbons that we have. And one way of identifying the siamang is that it is fully covered in black and it also has a throat pouch. In this picture, we can't see the throat pouch, but later we have a video that we are able to see the throat pouch there. Later, you guys can take a look at the throat pouch of the siamang. Okay. Okay, these 3 species of gibbons, we find them in West Malaysia or Peninsula Malaysia. Okay, this part of Malaysia. All right, now we will look at another 2 more species of gibbons that we find in East Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak on the island of Borneo. Okay, the first gibbon that we have there is the Abuts gibbon. All right, this is the Abuts gibbon. The common name for the Abuts gibbon that is called by the people in Sabah and Sarawak is the Emperliau or Tipiu. Okay, I'm having trouble pronouncing this as well, so this one might be a bit harder to pronounce. Okay, and the next gibbon that we have in Borneo is the Northern Bornean gibbon. All right, and the common name for them is Kelawat or Kalawut. Okay, and as you can see here, there's a small baby gibbon here as well, and this is how the mother gibbon takes care of the baby gibbon while she swings in the jungle or while she brachiates. Okay, now let's look at some of the unique facts about gibbons. Okay, I think you guys already know this, that gibbons are the only singing primate in the world. I think you heard them very from Bam's story just now, but let me show you a few more of different gibbon songs. Okay. All right. All right, this is the Agile Gibbon song. So one thing that we should know about gibbons is that each gibbon species, they have a very unique song. So that is how we can tell the difference between the gibbon species. All right, now I'll show you all another one more gibbon species song. Okay, and this is the song of the Siamang gibbon, okay, which was the largest gibbon as I had mentioned earlier. And you can identify the Siamang song, they have a very deep sounding song. At a certain point, they will go very deep. Okay, so next time when you guys go into the jungle, listen for these sounds and then you will know that there are gibbons nearby. Okay, next, did you guys know that the gibbon's arms that they use for brachiating is actually longer than their legs? And this actually really helps them to swing a far distance from tree to tree. And an interesting fact is that a gibbon can swing 15 meters from one branch to another. And that is like you jumping from the ground the length of 2 school buses. Yeah, that is an amazing distance that they can jump. All right. Now, another interesting fact is that the gibbons are the fastest primates in the world. All right, when they swing, when they brachiate at up to speeds of 55 kilometers per hour. For us humans to reach that speed, we need to be traveling in a car or a motorbike. But the gibbons, they can do it just by swinging. Okay, now, like how Bam said earlier, the gibbons they stay in families. Yeah, so this is another picture of how the gibbons are staying in a family. You will normally see them in the jungle with the mother gibbon, the father gibbon, and then they will have 3 children or 2 children. So you will normally see them. You won't see you won't see like very big families, but you will see small close knit families that stay together and then they will feed together, and that is how the gibbon actually learns a lot of its life skills because they learn from their family, their siblings, and their parents. Okay, yeah. Now let's talk about the gibbons being part of the ape family. As what was mentioned earlier by one of the viewers, yeah, he wanted to know whether there was a difference between can you call them gorilla? Gorilla and gibbons are part of the ape family, which means that they don't have a tail. Okay, they have no tail. But monkeys, they have a tail. So that's how you tell the difference between ape and monkey. Okay, and gorillas, orangutan, gibbons, they are part of the ape family. And part of the monkey family, we have macaques and langurs. Okay. Now, we'll look a bit into the threats that the wild gibbon face. Okay. Bam had mentioned a few just now, but now we'll look at a few. There are many threats that they face, but some of those that really affect them is their loss of habitat. Gibbons really need trees. They really need trees because they eat only fruits from high trees. They need trees to swing from one place to another. They don't go to the ground in the wild because they actually get sick when they go to the ground. Ground bacteria is harmful to them, so they really need the trees. So when we remove all these trees, we build new buildings and we build roads that disturb the forest, it really affects the gibbons in the wild. Okay. Apart from that, having plantations and buildings come closer to the gibbons' territory, to the jungle, really affects them as well because gibbons really don't do well with loud noises. Because as to what we heard just now, the gibbons are singing. Yeah, it really affects their ability. They don't feel comfortable with very loud sounds. So it really affects them badly. And also, they are not able to eat fruits from the plantations. A lot of the plantations, plant fruits that are not really, they are more human edible that humans use, but the animals in the wild, like the gibbons, can't really take it. Their diets are very specific to the wild fruits. And so it really affects their nutrition and their ability to find food. Yes. Okay. And lastly is the pet trade. Bam had mentioned a lot about this. We heard about the story of Dexter. Yeah, a lot of gibbons are being caught and are being sold in the pet trade, and it really affects the numbers in the wild. And if you remember
Like
about
the
that,
black market, some
yeah,
things are being sold at the black market.
that's
I
right.
mean,
So it is illegal, so that's why it's sold on the black market. But people still do sell it, so it really affects the gibbon population. All right, so now how does the Gibbon Conservation Society help the gibbons? We do it in two ways. First, we do it by education. So, education, we try to teach the public about the gibbons, about their needs, about the situation that they are facing in the wild, how they have less forest to swing in, how people are catching them and selling them in the pet trade. And we try to tell more people about it so that we are aware that it's not right to keep gibbons as pets, and also that we need to do something to help them survive in the wild. All right. And last, and we also do rehabilitation, like how Bam had mentioned earlier in the story about how we rescued Dexter in order to rehabilitate him, to teach him the skills he needs to survive and send him back into the wild. Okay. So this is the Gibbon Rehabilitation Project. And how we do things is that first we will find the gibbons that are being kept as pets. So you see the situation here that they are in small cage, not enough food. They are not given proper activities to do. They don't get playtime. Yeah. So they really live a very sad life in these cages. And after we have found them, Bum and the team will go to rescue them, or they get sent to us, and we will keep them, and we will take them in, and we will start their rehabilitation project. So what we will do is that we will give them big cages like this, and you also saw about Dexter's cage earlier. Yeah, we'll give them plenty of activities, plenty of swings to swing around in. Here you can see a tire swing. We have bamboo branches. Yeah, so we really help them to strengthen their muscles to prepare them for the wild. Another important thing that we do is that we give them interaction with gibbons. Here you can see that there are 4 different gibbons in one cage. These gibbons get along because gibbons are very social animals. So we teach them how to interact with each other, and they learn from each other as well. So they learn from their friends there. They learn how to swing, they learn how to play, they learn how to groove, they learn how to pick the specific fruits. The older gibbons teach the younger gibbons. So yeah, that's one part of the rehabilitation project process. And here they are practicing. Yeah, we give them plenty of space to learn. Okay, and the end goal of the project is to one day release the gibbons back into the wild. Okay, now let's talk about how you can help the gibbons. All right, after this talk that we had, you guys learned a lot about the gibbons, you learned how to do origami. What you can do is you can spread awareness to your friends and to your family and to anyone who you would like to share to. Tell them about the gibbons, tell them about what you learned, tell them about the origami, tell them about how you learn, what you learned from Dexter's story. And what you can do is that by sharing, more people will know about the gibbons, and we hope to be able to reduce the number of gibbons being brought into the pet trade just by sharing and spreading awareness. Okay. Next, you can also volunteer with us. Maybe at this age, some of y'all might be too young, but maybe down the road, 4 or 5 years down the road, if you are old enough, you would like to volunteer with us, we would definitely like to have you. If you'd like more details on our volunteer work and all that, you can check out our Instagram, our social media pages. Okay. And lastly, you can donate to our cause. Okay. Gibbon Conservation Society relies a lot on donation to be able to run our project and projects. So yeah, you can contribute to us in that way. Currently, we have uh, a a project or a process that we are starting where if any individual donates back you are in the running to receive some of donates to the Gibbon Conservation Society. You are in the running to receive merchandise from our team. So if any of you all are interested, feel free to check out our Instagram and Facebook social media pages, and also the links will be placed in the chat in the Google Meet. Yes. Okay. And also now we have started a new project where we will be looking for information about gibbons that are in the wild. So what we would like to have is that we want to be able to know where the gibbons are located so that we can help individuals, we can help the gibbons there by uh, uh, preparing plans to protect them. Okay. There's more to be explained about this in a short video, so I'll just play that video.
It's so glitchy.
All right, guys. Yeah, I just want to apologize. The video is a bit glitchy. So what we will do is that we will share the link of the video to the chat. So if any of you all are interested, you can click on the video and learn about it. So basically, just to summarize what that video is about, what this project is about, is that we want to know where the gibbons are located. So we are asking the public's help to show us or to send us evidence or locations where you have seen gibbons or you have heard gibbons before, so that we are able to collect data on them so that we can be able to help them. But one thing we do want to let everyone know is that do share it directly to us. There is a Google form in the online post regarding this, so you can place those details inside there. Reason why we do not want you sharing it to other people is that it may put the gibbons in danger. Is that if the information gets to the wrong people, they might become targets for illegal trade and other things that may affect their population. Yes. Okay. So lastly, if you guys have any more information that you would like to know about the gibbons, about our work with the gibbons, yeah, you can check out our Facebook page here and our Instagram page here. Okay. All right, that is all from me. Now, without any further ado, we will start our question Q&A session. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them now. Bam and the rest in the team will be able to will try their best to answer. And yeah, okay, thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Yuki, and before we start the Q&A session, I would like to ask, is anyone here know how to sing like a gibbon and would like to demonstrate? You guys can unmute yourself and try to imitate the gibbons and sing. Anyone?
Come on, Desvin. I know you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, my brother wants to sing. His name is Jesh.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, we cannot see your face. Your gibbon face singing. Can I see your face? Can you try again?
Does anyone else want to try? Maybe Amy, Marisha, or Muhammad Safwan? Does anyone want to try to sing like a gibbon? If no, then it's okay. We'll
Maybe
ask.
maybe Rehana wants to try. Muhammad Safwan, Rehana, can you try sing like a gibbon?
Okay.
Yay. Good job.
Good job, everyone. Thank you. And you guys sing so beautifully. But now I would like to ask Bam to demonstrate once again how the gibbons sing.
Okay, actually, you can sing the gibbon song easily using. Who is that singing? String tone, okay? One is ooh, ooh, ooh. Just three tone. You wanna follow me? You wanna join? Unmute everybody. Unmute your mic. Let's try. Let's give your mic. Unmute your mic, okay? Wait. One, two. Okay.
Come on, Nish.
One.
You want to see? Waiting your
One, two, three. Yay! Good job. Okay, Yuki.
Okay, now we proceed to the Q&A session. The first question is asked by Amy, and she asked whether just want to double check. We also need gibbons to disperse seeds, right? The question is for Bam.
Yes, guys, we really need gibbons to disperse seeds in the jungle. In fact, gibbons help keep the forest healthy. When they eat, let's say they eat in Kuala Lumpur, then they travel, they go to Genting Highland and they disperse leave the seed there. So there will be many trees in the jungle because of the gibbons. So they are so important in our ecosystem, in our jungle.
Yay, thank you, Bam. And I have a question. Do baby gibbons drink milk from mama gibbons?
What do you guys think? Do baby gibbons drink milk from mama gibbon?
They do no need. They don't need to do it. They don't need to do it.
Actually, the question is the baby gibbons needs to drink milk from mama gibbons until they 2 years old. Same like us, since we were baby, we were born, then we need our mother, right? So same like the gibbons.
But my baby just needed to drink for 1 month, and you say that gibbons need to do it for 2 until they're 2.
Yes, because the mother's milk is very nutritious. It helps the baby grows healthy, happy, and naughty. And they are mammals, that's why they drink milk from their mother.
Thank you for the answer, Bam. And another one. How many years will it take for a baby gibbon to become an adult?
Okay, what do you think, Desmond? How many years?
205 years. 205 years? Are you serious?
Okay, Rehana, how many years it takes for the baby to become an adult?
I don't know.
Amy, how many years? Amy, Natalie. Natalia, how many?
I think about 5 years. I'm not so sure.
Yes, almost right. 5 to 7 years. In between 5, 6 years, they will become an adult. Good answer.
Does anyone want to ask questions?
I want to know more about Gibbon School. Gibbon School sounds so fun.
Okay, Gibbons School, or known as Gibbon Rehabilitation Project, is a place where we train the gibbons survival skills. These gibbons are actually an orphan gibbons. They are the victim of illegal wildlife trade, where, as you see Dexter's story, their parents been killed. So same like us human, we need our parents to teach us how to, how to start walking, how to start talking. So when their parents been these gibbons, their parents been killed, they don't know anything. So this school teach them all these things until they will know how to swing, how to sing, how to find food. And after all these survival skills they fulfill, we then release them back to the wild.
Thank you, Bob. And I have another question. Do
Yes.
Mama Gibbons teach baby Gibbons how to sing, or they learn from someone else?
Yeah, actually, the Mama Gibbons and Papa Gibbons teach their child how to sing. Remember the karaoke day in the jungle, Dexter karaoke day? That's how the parents actually teach the kids how to sing. By the way, guys, do you think Dexter better at this Gibbon school or with Lily? What do you guys think?
Gibbon School.
Yes.
Gibbon School.
Why? Why Gibbon school is better than with Lily, with his house, big house, in the city? Why?
Because that it's in the city, and my friend always say, because of my brother, he likes to catch insects. He say, what happens? You're locked in a small room. We give you food, everything. You're stuck in a small room. Of course, you'll be sad, right? So yeah, basically same for the gibbons. You don't let them flee around wild. Then how are they going to live?
I think, in my opinion, at the Gibbon School, they're near to the wild and adapt more. And also they have like a bigger space to roam around, which then they can practice and they learn how to really live in a wild and how to uh, learn on survival basically.
Yes, really good, guys. Both have a really right question answer. Really good. You guys really, yeah, good job. Okay, let me let me help Kak Yuki Cheche. Can I give another question, Yuki Cheche? Yuki.
Yes, Bob, feel free to ask questions. to the
Okay, what do
children.
you think? What do gibbons eat?
Fruits.
Sorry, Rahana.
Gibbon is fruit.
Yes, right. Gibbons eat fruits. Actually, they are omnivores. They eat so more fruits, but they eat also young leaves, and they eat insects and also eggs. Good job. And one more question. Oh, there's two more actually. Can we feed wild gibbons? Let's say we go to near the jungle. We go trekking.
No.
We go trekking. Suddenly we see gibbons. Can we feed them with our food?
No. It could be anything like bacteria.
Because the food gibbon don't eat chocolate and all. They only eat fruit. Oh my
I
god,
think
there must be a better answer.
like bacteria.
Yes, right. You guys are right. Gibbons cannot eat human food because it's not good for their diet. It can harm them, because of the chocolate. They don't. If we eat chocolate, we brush our teeth. If gibbons eat chocolate, they don't brush their teeth. Then their teeth will be spoiled, and also the sugar in it. So yeah, we shouldn't feed wild gibbons. Okay, let them be wild. Let we just enjoy them from far. And it's their next. What do you think? When Dexter beat Lily, why he beat Lily actually in the story?
Because he just want to play with Lily.
Dexter didn't know that Lily had skin.
Okay, one by one, guys. Okay, maybe Amy first.
And okay, I'll tell you what I did not know that Lily has like thick skins like what gibbons usually have.
Good. Okay, Desmond.
Okay, now you. A gibbon cannot stay in a house.
Yes. Okay, so Rehana, Natalia, and Desvin are right. Okay, in the story, why Gibbons, why Dexter beat Lily? Because he just expressing his natural behavior. Remember, he's a wild animal. And he's just trying to play wild with like wild animals did. And we are humans. We are not capable to play like that. Okay? So, yes. Okay. Any more question from Kak Yuki?
No questions from me. How about the other children? Do you guys want to ask more? This is a special opportunity for you to ask about anything about Gibbons. Just ask
Given
away, ask
like
away.
I think I know this thing about humans involving. I know they started from like from from monkeys. Soon they turned from what they belong from monkeys. Today is like, is there anytime soon or farther from now, like will any monkeys like actually turn into humans or even gibbons? Are they like related to us in any way? No, that is not true.
Wow, George, you answering Desmond. Wow, Desmond, your question, I can see a future professor in front of me now. A good question, Desmond. Okay, actually, evolution happens. That process we call evolution, and evolution not happen in 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 months, or 1 or 2 years. It happens in thousands of years. Okay, so we don't know now. The gibbons. We don't know if in the future when we are not alive anymore whether the gibbons can evolve to human because evolution is very slow. Okay, so we don't know. They evolve because they need to adapt to the environment. For now, the environment in the jungle is already suitable for them. There's no reason for them to evolve, but maybe the jungle turn into something else, then they will evolve. We are not sure of that. Okay, did I answer your question? Yes, Amy.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
What's the lifespan of a chicken? Like, what's the lifespan?
Okay. The gibbons in the wild can live around 25 to 35 years, but there are gibbons that can live until 61 years in captivity. Any other question? Rehana, you want to ask questions?
No, I want to ask.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, the last call for questions. If no one wants to ask questions anymore, we will proceed to our group photo session. Noah, Dashvin, Amy, anyone else? No? Okay, so we'll continue to our group photo session. So I would like to invite everyone to turn on your cameras so we can have a group photo session.
Do love hand. Where's Marisha? I cannot see Marisha's face. Oh, hi. There you are. Okay.
Wait, ah.
Buka juga. Yes. To be fair. Marisha, we're gonna see your face. Must try.
Okay, everyone, smile to the camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Thank you very much.
The link in the picture about this photo
Sorry, you want this picture?
is this picture going to be shared in the link with the chat?
No, but if you want, you can give me your email address and I'll send the picture to you.
Oh, Sorry, that did not happen.
Okay, it's okay.
Thank you.
Maybe Kayuki can share in the group chat if they want.
Yes, Bang?
She doesn't. She's a bit busy now.
Kayuki, you can share in the group chat if you want.
I'll send in the group chat. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Can you share?
Oh, share in this group chat?
Yes.
Oh, wait. I'll try.
Yeah. Share in the group chat. Can
Enough with this.
No, the group chat doesn't have a function for me to share pictures.
Okay, Deswin, later we'll share in our social media, Facebook and Instagram. You can take from there, okay? Can
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay,
Thank you.
that was an amazing session of question and answer. I see a lot of future scientists, future primatologists here present here with us. So I'm really glad that you all came here today. We had a wonderful session with all those wonderful questions. I hope everyone learned a lot from this session. Okay, so before I close the session for today, okay, I think Rimba the card game has something to say, so I'll pass it over to Nisha for a while.
Oh, okay. So I would like to share about Rimba the card game, and if you guys want, you can. I think in the chat there is a link for. I'll be post the link, and you guys can go check out all the links there. And there are like a bunch of videos on YouTube that you can watch about different animals in Malaysia that are featured in the card game. So yeah, have fun. If you do want to order a box or two, you can also follow that link, and it will tell you how to order, and we'll post it out to you. So yeah, have fun learning about Malaysian biodiversity, because if we don't take care of it and if we don't, talk about it, then nobody else will know about it. So we are kind of really the frontliners for biodiversity in Malaysia. Yay! Thanks, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Nisha. All right, like what Nisha said, we are the frontliners for biodiversity. So after we leave here today, let's go out and share the word to other people. Tell your friends about Gibbons, about what they are going through. Tell them about what you learned. Okay. And also, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. All right, just before you guys leave, remember, if you guys do make the Gibbons origami, if you post it online, do tag us so that we also can see, because we would really like to see your houses all filled with Gibbons that the paper Gibbons. Okay, not the real ones. Okay. And also, just a reminder that we are also still running our Christmas donation drive. So if you are interested, please do check our social media pages. And also, if you guys want to know more about Dexter and the other gibbons that are in our rehabilitation project right now, please head over to our social media sites. You can see more videos about them. You can see how we feed the gibbons and how we take care and teach them how to survive in the wild. Okay, so yeah, that is all from us here today. Thank you all for joining us today. And if you guys are interested in coming tomorrow and listening to the same thing again in Malay, feel free to join us. All right, yeah, that is all from us. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Stay safe.